Here we're going to talk about the concatenation operator in PHP, so sticking strings together. So we've got two different string variables here, and I've got an assignment statement at each of them, putting examelo in string 1, loves PHP in the other. Let's see what we can do when we stick these strings together. So I'm going to declare a third variable, and I'm going to concatenate or stick together string 1 alongside string 2. And the way I'm going to do it is use the concatenation operator, and that is just the dot, the full stop, the period, whatever you like to call it. So str2. And I'm going to echo out the result there. So $str3, and let's see that in the browser. And here we go. Examelo loves PHP. All stuck together, that is the resulting variable as a result of this assignment statement here. When I look at the result of that operation in the browser though, I've got two strings stuck together, that's fine, but I don't have a space between the word examelo and loves. And that's because, well, I didn't have a space in either of these different string literals before I assigned them into the variables str1 or str2. So what if I want to stick in a space in between these two strings as well? Well, I can do it all in one go, and I just put in a space character, and I just put in another concatenation operator. So I'm sticking three different strings together. The str1 variable, I'm sticking onto that a string literal that just holds the space character, and then I'm sticking on the value that's in str2. Let's save that and refresh, and I can see the spaces coming out in the result. I can use the concatenation operator, as I see here, as part of an assignment statement. Or I can forego this third variable altogether and just put this concatenation operator right in here, and I can just echo out the results on the fly without actually assigning the results into another variable. And I just get the exact same result. The concatenation operator doesn't have to just deal with strings. For instance, I've just got a number variable, and I can stick that on at the end of this concatenation operator here as well. So I'll just put in $num, and we can save that and go to our browser and refresh, and I'll see the number stuck on at the end of that string as well. Even Boolean values. In the right circumstances, for instance, if a Boolean value is set to true, I can always concatenate on another space and a Boolean variable, and let's see if that works. So I'll save that, go back, and I get a Boolean value. If it's true, evaluates to 1. You'll often see the concatenation operator not only used for just echoing out different bits and pieces from the results of my PHP code, but for instance, I can echo out bits and pieces of HTML tags as well. So for instance, if I wanted to echo out a break statement, I would need to put in a concatenation operator here, a string literal that contains a break tag in here in the middle. And that will force this output, or part of that output, onto the next line in my resulting web page. Now back to the code. And just to wrap up, this concatenation operator, even though it's a bit of a mouthful to say, and it's quite easy to miss when I'm trying to debug bits and pieces of code in PHP, it's incredibly powerful, and we see it all the time being used, especially handling bits and pieces of strings, sticking different strings, different numbers together when it comes to my echo statements.